Hey guys, we're back. We're back. I wanted to just share a quick thought that I had in my mind. Again, thank you guys for the support. It's hot. Sorry for the. I wish it's really hot in New York right now. It's humid, so this is why I'm kind of shooting from this angle. But I was thinking about over the weekend was the Dominican parade, and my heritage is Dominican. Right? I'm Dominican. My mom, came from the Dominican Republic, and I was born here. So I'm born American, but my parents are immigrants, right? So hopefully this can resonate with other family. I mean, other Dominicans that are my friends and family, and also other people that have that are not, their first generation American here in the U.S. And it you're you know it's tricky because you're raised by the principles and beliefs of your heritage, but you're living in an American society where everything is different. And for the most part, we have adapted to the American society way of living, but our family and friends, well, friends and family, they still have their cultural essence and beliefs. And in every part of the world, there's different beliefs. As we well see how the world is, every part of the world has their own way of going upon life, about thinking about certain things, different, excuse me, religions, beliefs, um, lifestyles. Everything's different, and every part of the world you go, it's not going to be the same as it is here in America, right? So what I've come to learn is that accepting your heritage is great, but also knowing where just because it's your heritage doesn't mean you have to be that way. Like you can be different and still be considered your heritage, right? You can still be, and this goes for all cultures and all different countries. But there's a stereotype that when you're raised by a certain immigrant families that you have to follow what they believe is success, or what they believe is on their point of obviously point of view, what success is, right? I know that for us, there's kind of a stereotype with Dominicans. It's like, hey, your parents, like most of our, I know family members, they're all entrepreneurs, they all small business owners, and I can understand where they came to this country and kind of, you know, it must have been hard, right? I can't even fathom because obviously I was born here and I was raised by them. But to come to a new country with a new language, with no type of knowledge of where you're at, how to get around, how to interact, because you have the language barrier. It must have been some type of, you know, a lot to overcome. Where us being born here, learning English, and kind of being, it's a lot easier for us. It's we're in a different time, we're in a different era, and I think that I know that it's something, kind of, it's kind of like I'm grateful for what my parents did, how they raised me, and all of the what they kind of live, what they lived, which was a lot of hard work and sacrifice. A lot of for them was kind of coming from that surviving mode, right? And I caught myself, believing that you have to survive, and that every day you have to, make make your paycheck to survive, and that mindset kind of keeps you in the survival mode. And the reason I'm bringing this topic up is because as I'm changing my way of thinking and my new ways of, I would say, manifestations, and just understanding that your thoughts are the most powerful thing besides, basically the thought is the creator of your life, and how our beliefs really determine how we live our lives. So as I see all these great thinkers, great creators that I follow, they have a different way of thinking. They don't take no for an answer. They believe that what they believe in their mind, they can kind of conceive, they can manifest. So you know it comes from a different place. And the reason I bring my heritage and my culture up is because I always ask myself that question, like, where do I beliefs come from? Like, you ever thought about it? Like, why do you believe certain things? It's not like you sit down and you say, hey, this is what I'm going to believe, and that's it. And I don't care what anybody says. No, this is ingrained from us from when we were a young age. And depending on where you're coming from, or where your parents came from, or where you're basically what part of the world, what part of the country, it really depends on how your beliefs, right? On where you sit on certain sides of topics, and even your political views, everything else. It all depends on where you come from, right? So obviously, this generation that we have now, we're kind of changing the mold. We're being more aware of what's right and what's wrong, and also more aware of, just because it's right doesn't mean that it's right. Like, just because something that is right doesn't mean that you're gonna go and not be ethical about it. So, and certain things that might be wrong doesn't mean that they're wrong. So when you start changing the way that we look at things, as they say, and as Wayne Dyer always says, that you start to change the things, right? And they change. We've come a long way, and I just think that our beliefs have so much to do with our success in our lives, how we go upon it and how we live our lives. Because my thinking, if I start to really analyze my thinking, was really like surviving. I was like, I'm surviving. I'm paying my rent. My utility bills are paid. My rent is paid. I'm doing good, right? And I've come to see in my last couple of years that you're still not striving. You're surviving, you're providing, but you're not striving. And I don't know if I said in other videos, but we come here to strive. Like, if you think about it, like, there's so much abundance everywhere. Everybody has so much abundance. And well, I know growing up, often my parents and family, they think that that abundance is only to certain people, that they must have cheated somebody, they must have, done something wrong for it, and they got lucky. As opposed to, like, understanding, why not me? Like, why not? Why not you? Like, really, why not? It's like something that we kind of ingrain in ourselves, that it's not for us, that we don't deserve it, that we're not worthy of it. And that's a good topic, the worthiness. Like, you're worthy of it. So kind of rewind your brain and understanding that you are worthy of it. Like, if you're thinking about it, if you are desiring it, and you are in, as they say, in alignment with it, it should be yours, right? And again, the should is a tricky phrase, because I should, I should be doing this, and certain things that you start, I should be surviving. But how about you want to strive, right? I want to strive, right? I want to have abundance to where I can go back and give back, and also obviously being grateful first and foremost for what we have right now, where we at, the fact that we have all we have right now, the books behind me, the internet, the shelter, as they say, right, food on the table. But you also remember that you are worthy of so much more. And the faster I have learned this, and the more I'm coming to fruition with it, a lot has changed in my life. It's August now. It's 8 months since I started this really journey, like really hardcore and really putting myself out there, and a lot has changed. And it's gonna keep on changing, because I think we need to understand, like, where do our beliefs come from, and are they serving us? Are they actually making our life better? Are they expanding us? Are they letting us strive? Think about those type of topics. Let me know what you guys think, and I will get back to you guys.